Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit. Probably need to cut my phone down. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. We got church hugs and high fives in the building, and I brought my brothers out of retirement. Actually, they wasn't in retirement. I just had to go get them, man. And basically, I had to pay a lot of money, and that's what I'm pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I had to pay a lot of money to get these two in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm glad to have y'all. Aunt Mike,
East Side in the building.
Oh my goodness, here we go with this right here.
He not from Dexter?
No, he's not from Dexter.
Neither one of us from Dexter.
Neither one of them from Dexter. But you see the blood and the camaraderie that we had, because we've been knowing each other for almost, what, 15?
Yeah.
50, something like that.
Man.
About 15 years.
15 years.
We built a brotherhood, man.
And we built that boy up in Sinai Grace Hospital, too.
Yeah.
Man.
To the point where, like, we damn near could have took over that boy, but
we did take over.
It was some haters
I like
in
to
there.
think so.
Yeah, for sure. It was one particular. I mean, it was like two haters.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep count.
So, quick question: how did y'all take over the hospital?
Shoot, I became the manager there.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure y'all didn't start no gangs or nothing like that. That's not what
I'm gonna tell you how we really started off taking over. We started off taking over by the training of Miss Jacqueline Moore.
Yeah.
Miss Jacqueline Moore was the patient advocate manager that was running it, and we was doing these workshops. Nobody wanted to do the workshops and everything. So I'm like, shit, I'll do it and everything. I jumped out there, and when I jumped out there, I'm like, damn, if I jump, I need somebody else to jump with me. So Aunt jumped, and Mike jumped, and when we start doing it, I think we start wearing like just regular clothes. And I'm like, shit, we might as well just do it to get us out of some work for about 3-4 hours and just do these workshops.
That's funny.
And Mike showed up, Aunt showed up. I think Aunt was like, shit, what if we dress up? Because the majority of the hospital are women. So Aunt on his party shit, he like, listen, man, we dress up, we get this bitch popping and everything. And it went from doing 1 workshop, the 2 workshop, the 3 workshop, to the point where we was doing workshops like every week. And the workshops and the presentation that we start giving out start getting a wave at Sinai Grace Hospital, to the point where Miss Moore was like, she had to start booking us. We became like an act, and then our name was what?
We were the Men of Excellence.
Yeah, man.
So you had all men.
So it was more so like a culture. Like we perpetuated. I wouldn't say so much of a takeover. It was just we ushered in a new era. Like a new attitude. We was trying to change the culture at Sinai Grace, and that's what
and I think we did.
That's what
too.
she did. That's what she instilled in us, and we found a way. It was like a trickle down effect for the most part.
And we got it to the point where that wave was so powerful that the president of the hospital started coming and was like, hold on now, I'm hearing about these brothers, representing the hospital real well. Let me go see this shit.
My favorite part of it was us being able to be in that position. All of us done been in situations in our life with Jackie putting us in roles where we could mentor to some of those kids that was coming up under us. Show them a different route. Some of them was hot heads. They ain't want to listen, but by the end of us keeping them under our wing, I was seeing progress, man. And to this day, I still reach out to a lot of the summer programs and stuff. So it was good.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And we damn near we became like a theme in the hospital, to the point where I wouldn't say we was untouchable at that.
Very not untouchable.
Nah, we wasn't. Because eventually they got rid of.
It keeps going back to this mob that I keep thinking of in my head.
That's why.
he was untouchable.
Paint the correct picture.
Okay, yeah, I mean, but
he wasn't untouchable.
I think it was like more of like a role model.
That's what's up.
And
that's how it's supposed to be.
and you know, and
Yeah,
we had a good reputation on us as being black men, and some people didn't like that. And this is where we became like, you know, enemies.
Yeah.
And you know, we had certain people that was like, nah, we gotta get their ass out of there because they shining too much. Now we started from the bottom and then we worked this way on up. And we didn't try to hurt nobody. All we trying to do was come in and just take care of our business. And the majority of the people got in the way. And now they're not even working there no more. So they tore down a good team that Ms. Moore had. And to this day, Ant shining,
That's
Mike
crazy.
shining, I'm shining.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, y'all
I
remember?
love it.
Y'all remember the statement we made to each other? Like we made a sign to ourselves. We all pushed each other, and we made a statement that we said, if you don't like your situation, then change it.
Mm-hmm.
And we all pushed ourselves. All of us to this day, we done elevated in our lives right now, man. I appreciate y'all for that, for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what y'all supposed to do.
Yeah.
Levels.
And so whenever we come together, we always, first of all, we got good energy. And it's always like, you know, building and everything. So.
Well, they say iron sharpens iron,
Hey,
and if that's what it is, that's what it is. And like that. And
it was hard to, you know, Ant's schedule, my schedule, it was hard to get us together and everything. And I'm like, I got to get us together for the holidays and everything. So, and, you know, Ant was the hardest person to get because, you know, his schedule is just, you know, I'm off at 2:30. So, you know, and it's a good thing that, you know, Mike, you know, doing his thing and everything. So Mike was free. So I'm like, God, come on, but please. I begged him, please. Because, you know, Miss Moore going to really love this. And the people at Sinai Graces is going to see this. And we always together. We always keep in contact. And it's a couple other dudes that we keep in contact with. But, you know, the core, we in the building and everything. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Mark, how you feel over there?
I'm good, brother. Where's my mic?
Can't forget about
Same
you.
old shit, different toilet. You know
Yes,
me,
sir.
man. Keeping it smooth,
Yes,
keeping
sir.
it busy.
Yes,
you know.
sir. Yes, sir. The topics that it's gonna be some different topics that we talk about and everything. And we just gonna go through them. I don't think Tiff like to talk about sports, so we're gonna try to get that out the way. The Lions.
Boo. No,
They lost yesterday.
Should nobody want to talk about the Lions?
They 0-9-1.
Surprise.
That's sad, bro.
Yeah, it really
Sad.
is, man. It really is, and it's sad to the point where, you know, I can't take my son to no games. I don't take my son to no games.
I still go to a game, but I mean,
It's bad when the kids just say the Lions suck. They trash, bro. I'm just hoping we get one game for the season though. Just one.
That's bad.
no secret. Like,
Hey,
That's bad. We don't even wish for a Super Bowl.
we wish for a
Hey,
win.
We don't wish for a playoff win. We don't even hope for a Thanksgiving game win.
just one win.
Just one win
Hey,
for the season,
Hey.
please.
Y'all know what's crazy?
For the
though?
Lions.
The Lions win one game. We gonna treat the city that like it's
Like it's a
Super Bowl.
championship.
It's a championship.
Yes.
Bro.
City gonna erupt
That's
that day.
Remember when the Pistons won last time?
Right.
They tore the
Yeah,
city
man,
up?
yeah.
If the Lions win a game, that's what's going to happen.
They
That's
tore it down
crazy.
and everything.
Man, we was watching the game for Thanksgiving yesterday, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think like the last 3 or 4 games, minus the Steelers game, where nobody won, is a tie. We done lost. we done lost by field goals.
Yeah.
Field goals,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Literally got our asses kicked.
Yeah.
Period. Facts,
We got
bro.
it
I
kicked.
can't even tell you the last time I watched the Lions game.
See, that's and you gotta think about the Ford family is pushing, like, it ain't no backlash on them or nothing like that. So, you know, it's crazy that people still go down there and support that team and everything. So, you know, it's crazy. But on the flip side, you got them Detroit Pistons. Did y'all see the fight that happened Sunday?
Yeah, well, Isaiah
Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So first
Tiff.
of all,
That Tiff know about
Oh, she know about
this
this one. Uh-oh.
Let's
Here we
go,
go.
Tiff.
I saw that. That was all I got. I don't know what the hell happened. Oh no, I heard LeBron elbowed somebody in the face.
Right.
Like, his shit was bleeding.
Yeah.
It looked real bad.
Yeah. And I don't think LeBron is a bad dude or anything like that. I think he just turned around and was one of the things where he popped my man. Instead of saying, look, my bad, he popped him and kind of like, my bad, now what? And he started, Isaiah Stewart was trying to ask for explanation, and when he was looking for it, he didn't get it. And then when that blood started coming down,
I think that set him off. He
yeah,
saw red. Yeah, that was crazy. I seen that too.
Literally saw red.
Yeah.
I did that, y'all. Just for the record, I did that.
Okay, for sure.
I think Isaiah Stewart did what he's supposed to do, man. He lived up to that bad boy name, man.
And
and that's what I thought when I seen him going down. I'm saying he's acting in true Piston fashion. Right?
Exactly.
He's a true Piston,
Yeah.
a true bad boy. But he could have, if he wanted to swing on him, I feel like he could have did it while he was in his face.
I agree.
That was kind of a like to be on the court in that moment and expect an explanation. Right, we about to stop the game and have a conversation about what you just elbowed. How you? Nah, man, nah. If you wanted to smoke, you had a chance for the smoke right there when the man was in your face. Yeah. It was almost like it wasn't even okay. I'll give some of the credit to the blood. But it was really when, how Tupac said you ain't shit without your homeboys. It was when his homeboys rushed the court that he felt, he felt he got the liquid courage.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
And I think Crystal said that the only bright side of the Fords thing was, did y'all see Big Sean Shine's performance?
No.
I mean, I seen it.
It was big. I don't really like Big Sean, but his performance that day, yesterday, it was sweet, but it was in a stadium full of a trash organization, which a lot of trash. I'm pushing the level. It was a lot of white trash fans that was in the stadium that really didn't understand Big Sean.
How do you know they don't understand Big Sean though?
You should have seen the response that they got from it. Now.
How come we ain't got that damn video?
I don't know.
Because Dave ain't seen it.
I ain't seen it. I mean, but if you go back and look at it, the performance that Big Sean did, the songs that he had was hot. It was just the audience, they wasn't vibing to it.
They didn't get it.
No.
I would say it from this day. Like, I don't know if y'all paid attention to, like, what the Pistons been doing, what they have, time shows. They've been putting a lot of Detroit artists like, Ice Red Vezo, Babyface Ray.
As they should.
Jalen Green and Big Sean. I seen 4-2 Doug there. They had a Detroit night. I just feel like that's still, even though, I mean, I don't listen to Big Sean music like that either, but I still think it's a good look to have our artists perform on them big stages, because it's a good look. That open up doors for other people in the city, though, especially like growing up with some of them artists, seeing them being in that position is still a good look.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that was a good thing and everything. So, and then you got and I don't really care tomorrow. You got Michigan and Ohio State playing tomorrow. That don't really move me. See how he got real quiet and everything. But
no comment.
But you got them Michigan slappies that's out there just waiting for the big game. And then you got King versus DeWitt tomorrow at Ford Field. So and my daughter goes to King and everything. So most definitely I'm gonna be rooting for King.
Is this all football?
Football.
It's all football.
Because it's not baseball season.
No, it's not baseball.
Just checking.
I got you.
Because they do that outside too.
They do that
I
outside.
know about sports. Don't sleep on me, okay?
Me going to King before I graduate from Demi, I'm gonna go for King, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm running with King. King Crusaders, man. Let's go.
I got you. And then I always like to know any good music that you've been listening to. Because last week Tiff was listening to some pressure that she put on some niggas. She applied pressure to certain men. They perform better. They come through.
No, they don't. They get scared and they run away. It's okay.
Like any good music you listen to right now that's hot new?
I can't even say hot new. I'm still listening to Nas album. Still listening to J. Cole album.
Me too.
You stay listening to J. Cole.
Yeah, I love Cole. I just gave Drake album a try. It was okay. But no, nothing new hot that I'm listening to.
Tip?
I actually downloaded the Summer Walker album for some reason.
Okay.
I think I saw it. Yeah, for some reason I haven't listened to it yet though.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you could tell me that story. What's so infatuating about that story? Because that's
I have no idea yet.
all women been talking about the past few weeks.
Okay, so low-key,
Summer
when
Walker.
Jasmine Sullivan came out with her album, when she dropped her last album,
Right.
all women were infatuated with it, and I got it.
You got what was the
Jasmine
message?
Sullivan.
That was the
Everything.
hotels,
She's probably
right?
another butthurt
Yeah.
album, right? Probably another sad, heartbroken, nothing type of album.
No,
Jasmine Sullivan
Jasmine
wasn't.
Sullivan, no.
I like her
okay.
music.
It was.
I like Jasmine
so,
Sullivan too.
Real talk, it was super fucking sexy.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, whenever I get a chance to listen to this Summer Walker album,
Chip said it was super fucking sexy.
It was super fucking sexy.
Okay.
No, the reason why I say that is because I guess who's comparing her to Summer Walker, and I'm hearing a lot about Summer Walker's album as far as her being heartbroken as hell over the whole London on the track situation.
She
the
got
whole-
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened, so I don't even look for the background for the music. I'm sorry, y'all.
And any
Sometimes
good
it just falls on my desk.
Any good music you listen to that?
Right now, I'm listening to. I'm a real. I like
Detroit
to
shit.
Yeah, I like Detroit music because I can relate to
For
it.
sure.
Man. So everybody can't relate to it, but I will say, like, as far as an industry person, I like Money Man. Like he talk a lot. I like to listen to people that make me want to get some money or build on my, what I'm doing. So I like Money Man.
Thug Motivation 101.
Okay.
Type shit.
Shout out to Jeezy, man. We waiting on you to come back and drop some real music.
He just left the city, man.
Man, Jeezy, I ain't been impressed with him the last couple of albums, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can vouch. I can, as a Jeezy fan, man, and the kind of dope that he was dropping in the beginning of the game, you kind of, you're giving us that. You ain't giving us that. You're giving us that water whip.
Hungry like he was at the beginning.
That's
of
what
the
it is.
game,
That's what it is. That's what it always is. That's
I
what
agree.
It always is.
Could it be his young lady that he with?
I knew he was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I
I knew he was
don't
gonna
think
say
so.
that.
I'm going there.
I don't think so. So look,
My cousin TT finna show up since I said that. She gonna be like, Nick, shut up. But
I feel like when you elevate, right? A lot of people say that when you an artist, all right, you can rap about stuff that's in your caliber right now. Get those people that's on that level. You still give some thug motivation on that level, right? Take somebody like Rick Ross.
right.
He rapping, but he still doing some grown man rapping. I ain't really feeling Jeezy couple. I'm still a fan though, but the last couple ones I wasn't feeling.
Okay.
I feel like you should grow with your music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Well
definitely
said.
agree with that. So
Yeah.
you should grow with your music. Like the shit that we were listening to from Will Smith back in the day. He not rapping about that. What did I send you the other day?
You sent me the Will Smith joint that he was in the
It
pool.
was so fucking
That shit.
fire.
I mean,
Oh,
It was
freestyling
grown,
or something?
and it was him, and it was about shit that's going on in his life right now. It was
Right.
completely different.
Right.
Because if he'd have came with Summertime again, I would have thought that was some bullshit. Like, first of all, nigga, it's fall.
But the ones I'm listening to, Summer Walker's one. She got a lot of hurt and pain in her song and everything. Anderson .Paak, I fucks with him heavy.
Yeah.
That joint that he got with Bruno Mars. I don't fuck with Bruno Mars, but Bruno Mars, I think Anderson .Paak made him step his game up as far as like performance. And then everything Anderson .Paak touched is classic to me, especially when I went to see him in concert. And the other person that I just ran across, Maxwell, got this joint called Off. That joint sweet than a
I didn't get a
motherfucker.
chance to check it out. That was the
I'm
one
gonna
he had
download
said.
it tonight.
Damn, Tiff, you like Maxwell like that?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. My bad, Tiff. My bad.
He a fine ass man that can sing. What the fuck is there not to like?
Right. Hey, Tiff, I don't know about it. I just, when I heard the joint, I was like, shit, that joint hot. I was like,
And
okay.
none of you would understand. Okay, so what about
You
a
probably
fine ass woman who can sing?
Tiana Taylor fucks with TT.
Hey, listen. And she's a fine ass woman who can sing. All right, there we go.
I love TT.
All right.
TT can't do no wrong in my book.
Which one of y'all said that?
I thought we said we wasn't gonna comment or talk about certain things.
Thank you.
That's why I just threw it in real quick. All right, we ain't gonna talk about.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Tiana Taylor, I mean, that's my baby. When she came here at the Fillmore,
stalk her?
I went to go
A
see
little
her.
bit?
Yeah, slight way, yeah.
A little
'Cause
stalking?
I like that little thug that Tiana Taylor got.
First of all,
She got some swag.
she does.
Definitely.
She a scrap. I like a scrapper.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah. And the
and
energy.
she's earthy.
Yeah.
And I like that part of her.
Yeah.
So
And it's a lot of other stuff that she do that
ain't none of my damn
that
business.
really like turn me
hear.
on. But I just be like, do your thing,
I want to
TT.
hear. Because I will tell you this. When Ghost and Method Man was in her video, baby, you talking about somebody who was... I was in love. I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't understand.
We really don't.
Okay.
We really don't. But hey, yeah. But speaking of ghosts and everything, I need y'all to help me out with this, especially Mike, Aunt, Tiff, Mark. The movies that's out that's slapping right now. So you got BMF.
I haven't finished it.
You got The Book of Ghosts is out now.
Yeah.
The first episode dropped.
Yeah, it did.
And then you got Snowfall.
Yes.
So you got 3 of the hottest black movies that's out, and all about drugs.
Okay. So we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
We started a conversation last week, which I think was incredibly poignant. So one of the first things that I want to say as far as the culture, first of all, we accept it.
Yeah.
And if we accept it, then
Embrace it, push
we
it.
embrace it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I love them.
All 3 of them.
Hold on. Do you love Ghosts and you love Method Man? I mean, do you love?
Baby.
See, that's.
I love all 3
But
of
no,
them.
I like it.
The story,
I like the
everything.
story,
It's
everything
so
about
appealing.
it.
It's
It
like
is.
the lifestyle, everything about it from A to Z
so
attracts
think-
to us.
yes,
That's
but
our
think about
mental
it like-
conditioning, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing. That was my agreeing face. That wasn't my
See, if
shut
we
up.
get-
I'm talking
I'm
face.
sorry.
No,
If we get Mike going with the third eye, Mike could be like. First of all, let me tell you how I got Detroit Stand Up. You want to know how I got? I started off with Detroit Stand Up, and this is classic with Mike. I start off with Detroit Stand Up. Yeah, that shit kicking in over there on Tip, Mark. Yeah. So Detroit Stand Up started with Detroit Stand Up SUTAN because I couldn't. I was like, okay, Detroit Stand Up. I'm always talking about Detroit Stand Up, and so I was frustrated when I pushed it through, and it was like Detroit Stand Up has already got taken or tooken, and so I'm already frustrated. I'm like, fuck, and so I think I just got the phone and talking. So I called him. And I say, Mike, man, somebody done stole the Detroit Stand Up logo and such. And he was like, what you mean? And I came back, he like, what you mean? I'm like, the fuck?
Where's the bus? Anybody? Hit the bus?
No, it ain't no bus, Tip. I'm like,
It is a bus.
no. The third eye is not the bus. The third eye is knowledge over self. Because I was at myself, he was at knowledge. So I couldn't understand. I'm like, Mike, what the fuck you doing? He like, what you think I'm doing? I'm like, God, listen, bro, I'm fucked up. I can't get Detroit Stand Up logo. He was like, how you trying to do it? I'm like, God, I'm trying to do the ST. He was like, nigga, put an arrow on it, nigga. I'm like, do what? He was like, nigga, put an arrow on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
now,
Bingo.
It was just like that. The conversation.
I
was
couldn't-
just like that.
I probably couldn't get to that level. But when you at that third eye level of understanding where you need to go,
funny.
I called the right person and he gave me the right knowledge. And I'm looking like, the fuck? And we got the phone, he was like, all proceeds for that arrow going straight to me, my guy.
Pay up, run that check, man.
I'm just
Hey,
like,
I mean,
yes,
said
hold on now.
he is to you
Yeah.
what Benny Siegel is to
It's
you.
the-
I was just about to say that.
I'm just saying.
Run that check, bro.
You owe him 5%, $5 billion, man.
I got him. So,
Oh, you about to get that $10 billion, right, Dave?
that 10 trillion.
You moved on in the world.
And I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah, 10
I know
trillion.
he got it.
No, he got it.
I ain't even worried
I've been
about
speaking that 10 trillion for about like almost a year.
Hey, Tiff, it went up.
Yeah. No.
It was $10 billion first.
Was it 10 billion?
It was $10 billion.
Okay, fuck it. We at the trillion part. 5% of that, man. Yeah.
We don't have time for your shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
For sure.
So let me ask you, how you feel about Snowfall, BMF, and Ghost?
You about to ask me like later.
I just want to see where you at with it.
I'm looking at it from that God body standpoint.
Yeah.
I knew it was
God
coming.
body standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like, is that all we do?
No.
It's
But
not.
that's all that they would like for us to
But
see
I don't-
out of us.
Well, this is what I need you to do. Come out with a movie that make me portray myself as a god.
Okay.
So when I seen that that Serena Williams movie, it's called King Richard. Y'all seen that
I
shit?
just watched it the other day.
That shit
Excellent
almost
movie.
had me like in tears
Excellent
because
movie.
what he did was he wrote them little girls' life out,
Yep.
and
That's
he did
beautiful.
not sway from the script that he had.
That's
and those-
manifestation. That's what that is. He manifested that
All the
life.
way.
That's beautiful.
All the way.
And but see, you know what? We talked about that last time too.
And it was
So it's about us speaking life.
Yeah, I know, Tim. I know. Yeah.
I get that part.
No, so what you finna wipe away? So when she
I'm
say
not gonna.
she said she get that part, Mark. So she finna wipe away a lot of other shit.
No, I'm not.
listening.
I'm not getting rid of anything. What
Okay.
I'm saying is, I understand that part. I am just a realist. So I want to push my kids in ways that where I kind of see them excel. You know what I'm saying? So I watch my babies and I watch where they kind of move and they fluid. You know, like Amaria is really good at math. Michaela is really good as far as reading is concerned, and that's something that I identify and I push it all the time. Like, oh, Mari, you are like a math genius. And he sits there and he's like, Mom, I know all the math problems. I was like, okay, well, then tell me. And I'll sit there and I'll listen to him. But I think that's something that we don't do. We don't request for the powers that be to push anything even remotely close to what our actual lives are like on us. So we have the strong black woman who is consistently berating. She can't find a man. She evil. She mad all the time. You see that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at that, that's kind of something that kind of manifests in women. Or you'll have that man who's misogynistic and that manifests in men. Kevin Samuels is a problem.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the berating of women. It's the talking down. It's all of that shit. All of that shit is a problem, and we don't request anything better. So they give us chitlins. We've been accepting bullshit since then. You feel what I'm saying? We can have a pork ass, and we keep accepting it. Everything they give us, we
And
accept.
then we've grown to like it.
Yeah.
Some of us prefer it.
Yes, but the thing about it is the reason why we have a preference for it is because that's all we were ever told we could have.
Been
And
conditioned.
now
what-
we looking at it and we like shit.
Gourmet.
It's the best shit. I'm not eating no motherfucking chitlins. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Look forward to it.
So
No.
Mike, when you saw the movie, what did you think of it,
Extendo
Mike?
pig booty.
I've been traumatized since I was a kid. As soon as I smell it,
Smell it, yo,
So-
man. Come
I'm
on,
done.
bro.
I'm straight.
I'm
Come
done.
on, man. Do you smell
I'm
it?
done.
And you're gonna eat it?
Yeah, I'm straight.
You
Yep.
no,
You gonna eat it?
Nasty.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Yeah.
Lord, thank you for a
You
filter.
eat chitlins,
this
you eat
week.
ass. I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you.
I know some niggas who don't eat chitlins, but they still eat ass. I'm just saying.
Before we move to like, I just want to add my comment like on the BMF series or whatever. I just feel like it's a good look, man. Like like I always was the young kid that listened to the OGs. That's how I got ahead in life. I always listened to their knowledge, right?
Right.
So my stepfather always told me for every every decision you make, it's a consequence, right? So I just like where I'm at in life, it's showing you could take the pros and the cons from this series, right? We all know Big Meech and Terry, they went to jail for what they did, right? But they took them chance. Now his son in the position where he can feed his family, bro. You feel me? He on the big screen acting.
Yeah.
And it's
Took
putting-
acting classes too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 put him through all that.
So when he do come home, he make it out of that. They got clean money now, bro. You feel me?
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It is. It's a beautiful thing to be able to see where life actually puts you in a better position. But I think when the bullshit is pushed so much, it's just like going home and telling my kids, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? At some point, they gonna start acting fucking stupid. When everybody that we see who looks like us is a drug dealer. Bitches is prostitutes. Bitches is hoes, and hoes is tricks, and they bad fathers. They won't stay in the house.
Pattern ourselves behind that muscle memory.
Well, that and I think the fact that we see where it's glorified on such a different level, and then we turn around and people mimic that shit. And I say this again, it's because they're weak.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's not all black men. It's not all black women. But the weakness is definitely there. And when you see that shit, that becomes a part of your life.
Yeah.
So you do want to see better things. You want to see black people doing better things. You want to see another Heathcliff Huxtable, and you want to see another Felicia Rashad, and I can't remember what her name was on there, but whoever she was, you want to see that. You want to see those HBCUs. You know, you want to see our people succeeding in very positive manners. But again, and I'm gonna say this and take it for what it is. I love my white people.
I don't.
I always say that.
Okay.
I ain't talking about your white people. I'm talking
Because
about
it ain't
mine.
enough of them. So fuck them. I'm listening to.
But here's what I will say. Even outside of that, I don't think it's gonna get no better for us until we the fuck away from them. Those are just facts. Because I don't think that as a community, black people can heal in the presence of white people, because there's not enough allies willing to stand on their shit. So you talk that shit on TikTok, you talk that shit on Facebook, you talk that shit everywhere else, but when it's time for you to stand up for real, you're not about your shit. So I don't think black people can, and I think until we get the fuck away from, and I'm not talking about partial separatism, I'm talking about full separatism.
Right.
Segregation.
I'm talking about full-on segregation, and I think segregation was one of the worst, or excuse me, desegregation was one of the worst things to ever happen to black people.
Yeah.
And we fully don't understand the fact that it was fucking horrible for us. Anyway, just how I feel.
So, Mike, when you saw the movie, King Richard, what did you think about it?
Man, I loved it. Everything. Just the way he, like Tiff said, it was the manifestation. The way he just kept telling everybody, I wrote the plan. You don't have to worry. The plan is going to work. Don't worry about that. I already wrote it. You know, I was getting ready to jump forward. I know we was going to talk about the movie, but when you were saying you going to get $1 million or $10 million, you was telling me on the phone one time, you said, you know, I got to get $1 million for speaking. I'm going to get $1 million, you know, for my voice. And you've been saying that. Now it's 10 million.
Yeah.
It was just 10 billion.
It was
10
That was
billion.
10 billion.
trillion.
Trillion? We said trillion already?
It was 10 billion when I was telling black folks to hold the black vote. Because I was crazy. Because me and Ant was going back on that. And we gonna get to that when I was saying hold the black vote. Your vote is worth value. So when Mike Duggan the election came around like this year. Shit, we had 19% people in the city of Detroit voting.
Your vote is only as valuable as the people who are voting.
I agree.
The polls was empty.
At that time when you was trying to push that was confusing to some, like how you
We
said,
had
some
more
of these
people at the last
this week.
Lions game that came out to the polls.
Yeah, man. So we don't vote, and we still get the wrong even though we don't got the right person in there right now, we go another term with Trump in office. We couldn't handle that.
And
man.
I was saying Trump is not black people problem. Trump is white America problem.
No, but see, here's the problem with that statement. Trump was not black people's choice, but he was definitely our motherfucking problem.
He was never
No.
We take on Tip. As black folks, we take on shit that we should not be around. Like listen, if white folks get killed, black folks, it seemed like they want to be around them shits.
No. Here's the problem. I think when it comes to a point where a certain group of people become so emboldened and become so they feel like I can do this because he said, she said, they said, we're making this climate, this racist rhetoric, this bullshit, we're making it okay.
Well, who's making it?
Well, it wasn't you.
Right. It
wasn't me.
Right. It's them. Right.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if the highest office in the land is saying that the people down in Charlottesville with their motherfucking tiki torches running over bitches is okay.
Right.
I was like, there's good people on both sides.
Right. So what you do is
you leave. I can't see it no other way.
You leave and you fall back.
No, but
and
see,
you
there
stop
is no
trying to get involved with stuff like that.
The problem is there is no fucking falling back when motherfuckers are following you.
Tip.
So
we've been doing this.
Think about a Karen.
Tip.
Think about a Karen.
How long have black folks been voting?
That's first of all, that's not even important. How long we been voting is not even the problem.
It
the
is,
problem, no,
Tiff.
it actually is not
Black
the problem.
folks have been voting for almost 60-some years. You ain't got shit out of it for 67 years.
Again, that goes back to the idea that the person voting.
No, you don't get involved with it no more,
Ooh,
Tiff.
Lord Jesus. Listen.
Okay.
Your vote is only as valuable as you. You are only as the person voting. Their value.
I'm listening to.
When you have a group of people who is as devalued as African Americans in the United States, this is the reason why I don't care to drink. But when you have a group of people who is as devalued as African American people in the United States, do you really think that any fucking thing you have to say matters? Your vote don't mean shit because it don't mean shit.
So
we didn't get fucking Biden in office.
So
if you believe that bullshit,
so what do you
you's
do,
an
Tiff?
asshat.
I'm asking brothers, what if you know your vote don't matter? Dr. Claude Anderson said, "Go in.
Go do it anyway."
Go in as a block. So if us five, if we not getting shit out of it, all five of us has to fall back.
No, see the problem with falling back.
You fall back then, right?
Right, and you
fall back,
and you reevaluate what direction
what
you
is
need
that
to go.
gonna prove?
It doesn't prove
It's gonna
anything.
prove that you don't fuck with them, and they looking at them like because the Asian people look. You got Asian town, you got Mexican town, you got
nigga town, and we don't mean shit in the city of Detroit. Obviously,
tell me where you got a nigga town.
That the rest of Detroit. That's nigga town.
So you just made up some shit that don't exist.
You just made up some shit that don't exist.
You got
Black people live
Chinatown.
over. Black people live in Southwest
downtown.
too.
You got Chinatown downtown.
And
you got
nigga
Mexican town where you get food. You got Arabic town where you get some.
That's
tell me
Dearborn.
where you can get some food at. And I'm not saying make
Every
no shit up.
fucking where else in Detroit.
It's not nigga town.
It is everywhere else. They don't have to call it fucking Black Town in order for it to be Black Town.
You have to speak life. You can speak life into Asian town.
I swear to goodness,
Arabic
I just
town.
be wanting to lose my mind because what I fail to understand and the things that I fail to understand when we had these conversations.
Right, I'm listening.
It's not the fact that you want to speak life into everything, but the fact that you're not being
Realistic.
consistently realistic at this juncture
And
as
it goes
to
back
where
to
we
where we was
are,
talking about with the movie.
and as to where we are today as a people. We're not cohesive. I'm not cohesive with you. We over here arguing right now.
No, we debating, Tiff. I don't want to say arguing.
Not arguing.
See how we
okay.
using words? See, words are back. So we debating. See, no, we debating because when white people see
I
this,
didn't mean arguing.
I understand. I'm gonna clear it up
Because I love you.
and I love you
And
too.
I'm gonna love you when it's done.
And no matter what.
So Dave, when you say hold the black vote, right?
Right.
And this election gonna happen,
Right.
regardless if we vote or
Let
not.
it gonna happen.
And it's gonna be this person and this person
Right.
in there.
Right.
Me not going to
Just
vote, right?
Yeah.
What is that proving, man?
You know what it's proven, Ant?
Cause somebody's still gonna get in office.
It's proven that black peoples are not falling for the same bullshit that they've been doing for 60,
But we
70
are.
years. If you say we are, Tiff, we are.
No, if
asking
I
you.
don't say we are, we still falling for the bullshit.
If Kamala was able to come in there and pull that magic trick she did, we definitely still falling for it.
Listen, here's my thing. This is where we need to vote. So you need to realize that the more local the vote, the more important it is for you. So the more local, the more important it is for you. The presidential election is not the end all to be all. That motherfucker is a figurehead at every motherfucking turn. Somebody else chooses him. We don't choose him. We don't. Somebody chose Obama. We didn't vote for him. I mean, not to say that.
Get to when we got to talking about
For sure.
They said that more black people came out and voted for Joe Biden.
Of course, they want to push that.
No,
narrative.
but I'm saying
That
that's
what
what
they
leaving.
pushing.
That's
They
what
put-
that's
they
what they
pushing
saying.
numbers
I
and
believe it.
statistics, and I'm not saying that
And
it didn't happen.
black people have gotten used to looking at numbers and statistics.
I'm
like
not
white
used to
folks.
looking at. I'm not looking at numbers and statistics. What I'm looking at is the condition that we are currently in. Period, point blank, and flat out. I'm looking at the fact that you have, and I'm talking just specifically what I see visually because nothing else fucking matters to
Right,
me.
right.
They numbers don't mean shit
Right.
because numbers can be skewed.
Right.
Here's my problem. I see more households with single mothers.
Right.
I see less men on the street.
Right.
I look at all of those things, and those things are not specifically dictated by numbers, but it's dictated by what you see coming out of your community. Period. We goofy. I just can't take it.
So
shit is ridiculous.
all I'm saying is, if you never tried, like black folks have never tried holding the black vote, have they, Aunt? Tiff, have black folks ever tried not holding the black vote?
We don't go out and vote. We
Tiff,
lazy as hell.
When I asked Tiff a question, Mark, we go back to the third time. Tiff, has black folks
No.
okay. Mike, has black folks ever tried holding the black vote?
No.
So you've been voting for 60 years and you keep running into this same problem. What do you do? I'm saying hold it for once in your lifetime. You've been loving this woman. She been cheating on you. You can't fuck with this woman no more.
It's a terrible analogy. Well,
I'm just
Yeah, that's you can't use
the
that.
woman that they've been loving is America.
Yeah.
Black folks have been loving America, which is the woman, for 67 years since they've been married. Since they've been married in this constitution or law. You haven't got nothing out of it. You ain't even got. She won't give you sex. She won't even kiss
You don't fucking want it.
let me.
Go ahead,
All
Mark.
right.
I'm listening.
So to that, I'm gonna piggyback off your analogy about loving this America woman.
Okay.
It's whoremongering woman.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that we haven't been loving her right. We ain't been finessing her right.
Okay.
And let's go back to the voting.
Right.
We don't understand how the voting system works. We're not voting for the president.
Right.
You know, we gotta take it to local elections. The people we can reach out to, the people we
people
can
you
talk
can
to, that we
touch.
see, that we can actually push an agenda.
That's where it
who we
starts.
vote for.
Yeah.
And
But
then-
again, and I could not agree with you more. So when I say the more local, the people you can actually put your hands on. So if I can walk up and see you walking down the street and I can come over to you and be like, hey, let me holler at you for a second.
absolutely.
That's when you vote.
Yeah.
We stupid and we think it's presidential when it's not.
And it's not. It's so far from that.
You see our people, we get so everybody going up social media now, they make a big deal so they get this sticker and put it up, but we don't do the same when it's our local elections, getting the right people, mayors, all that. Everybody, like you say,
All
we
the
can
local-
Our local
City
constituents.
council.
That's
City
where it
council.
That's
Hold
where
on,
it
man,
starts.
even
That's
more
where it's
important
most
than that,
important.
school board and shit like that.
All that.
We
Yes.
trying to vote for our
Shit,
homies.
block clubs.
Block clubs. If you can touch them, they are important. The one who is not important is the one that you cannot fucking stand next to unless you're invited. Facts.
I just say shut.
100%.
You know me, I'm extreme. I say shut the whole shit down.
We know you do.
because
Yeah.
because city council, you go in and touch them, they gonna be tainted. As soon as they get into that, soon as they get into that seat, they gonna get tainted.
Then that'll
Because-
be their last term.
No, but the thing about it is you are more capable of putting pressure on them than you are putting pressure on the president. The president is not really presidenting you.
Okay.
He's presidenting the country. He's presidenting the face for the world and all that other shit.
I think some of the government needs to be
I think they need
restructured,
to. I think they need to get
rewritten,
rid of all that.
And the one area that I feel like needs to be focused on is the consequences of these politicians in the event that they don't follow through on what it is that they campaign for, right? Because now it's like there needs to be like almost like a business contract, no different than because you're a city or state employee, right? And if you're at any other job, we work in a job and we do something that violates the terms and conditions or the policy or the structure or the mechanics of this job, then we get terminated immediately, right? But see, that same process is not in place for the politicians. They have to go through the same process, if not a longer process, to get them out of office than we did to get them in.
Some big facts.
You see what I'm saying? So I think, what the thing about it is, we never have held them accountable for their fuck ups. There's
That's
nothing in
what you
place.
want.
No, there's no consequences in place for them. You know what I'm saying? Like who was it? Farrakhan, right? He had the whole campaign about what is it? Us or else, or else or something. Whatever it was, or else. What the fuck is the or else in the event that we don't get what we want from these people? You see what I'm saying? We have to be able to hold the
black
knife
vote
to their throat. And shit, you know what I'm saying? But see,
I love
Hold the black vote,
all it
man.
took was one word for him to say that shit.
He was like, hold.
He just grabbed that hole and just
The black vote.
you gave that boy an inch, you gonna take grass all the way down.
Baby.
Damn.
all the way out.
He riding that bitch to the wheels
So yeah, that's the
fall
thing.
off.
We don't. There's nothing in place for us to hold them accountable for them failing us. You know what I'm saying?
Because after you keep doing the same thing over, and I keep, have y'all seen? I think I sent that to you. Did y'all, what Chico Bean is?
Wildin' Out.
Wildin'
Wildin'
Out.
Out.
So Chico Bean had an interview with Dr. Claude Anderson. Have y'all seen that interview? I think I sent. I asked Tiff, did she see it? But Chico Bean was talking about Dr. Claude Anderson, and Dr. Claude Anderson was like, we have to be able to move as a team. If we can't move as a team, we destroy it. Because if you look at the Jews, they move as a team. You look at the Arabs, they move as a team. Even the Asians, like if you walk to an Asian store or an Asian restaurant, they don't have black people back there cooking. What they do is they move as a team, and they got all Asian people back there. With black folks, I don't give a fuck about nobody. If you got a stove, I want you to have all black people back there. Yeah. And if somebody steal, fire them, have another black people. Asian people will fuck with only Asian people and win. Tiff, go ahead. The savior. Go, I'm listening.
You know I ain't the savior. You know I'm about to hold everybody motherfucking ass.
I need you. I don't want you to hold everybody.
I'm specifically talking about black people. I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Right.
I do love y'all, some of y'all.
But just don't beat us up though, Tiff.
I'm not. It's not a.
It sounds like a beat up though.
It's never a beat up because you know what? Okay, so think about it like this: when I love my kids, who at the door? Anyway, when I love my kids, come on. It ain't delicious. It's Idris. Anyway, let's continue.
Who's Idris?
You know who Idris is.
I like delicious though.
But I like Idris.
Idris.
Anyway.
The English nigga?
Baby, and he got an accent? Lord. Alright, anyway, I'm not playing with you.
That nigga ain't got a Dexter accent, but she like an accent. Well, come on.
Hey, listen, I'm not strictly for Dexter. Just FYI.
We know. Because you always trying to say them. Come on, Tiff.
I am.
With that green tongue.
I know, this shit was so... This is nasty. It tastes like cough medicine. Anyway, long story...
You didn't dip the... Hold on, she done did some Laffy Taffy and some shit. I'm looking over here, like, you see the Laffy Taffy? Laffy Taffy. She done did some Laffy Taffy and some liquor and went after it, too.
Yeah.
It probably turned some dudes on while we was on here, because she's still dipping it.
I got him in here. You got me fucked up. Anyway.
That's the worm in the bottom of her tequila. Wow.
Right. What the fuck is this?
Mark.
What is it? Buy me wine.
It's wine.
Anyway.
Start your Friday off right.
So first, anyway, we're not even going to talk about that. Okay, so accountability and responsibility. So I love my kids and therefore I get in their ass.
Right.
I love my people and therefore I get in their ass. So at the end,
how much do you get in though, Tip? Before you be like, because
I'm talking about like literally waist deep.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck what I have to do to get you to understand exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
Whatever it is, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right. I'm listening.
Okay. So here's my problem. My problem is, first of all, we got crab in the barrel syndrome. I talk about this all the time. We are consistently trying to pull each other down instead of edifying each other.
Crabs don't need to be in the barrel.
No, crabs need to be free, but we feel like
in the barrel.
See, so
when people come over, Marty loves saying that comment. Marty McFly loved that comment.
Here's the problem. Fuck who put them in the barrel.
You have to.
No,
follower.
Fuck who put them in the barrel.
If
the fact of the matter is them motherfuckers won't help each other get out, then you are the motherfucking problem, not them. Those are facts.
No, the fact is.
If you won't help your brother get the fuck out that barrel.
If you see the crabs in the barrel, and you know crabs don't work well in the barrel. You have to understand who put them in the barrel.
No, you do not have to understand who put them in the barrel.
If you see,
first
of all, somebody built the barrel. If you put crabs in the ocean where they supposed to be, and that they own willing they work better. Because what they do is they grab food and they pass food down.
Okay, but you put them in the barrel and them motherfuckers pull you back in. That is the problem.
Because Tiff has put them in the barrel.
No, because they put themselves in the barrel. Listen,
they don't,
no, they do. They do. Niggas then started putting each other in the barrel.
But come on. See,
so I don't know who built the barrel.
See, now we beat.
Whoever built the barrel is not the motherfucking problem.
So now we beat
the motherfucker I'm putting niggas in barrels. Sorry.
So we shouldn't be building. We
didn't build the barrel. That's not the problem. The problem is not even with the analogy.
Okay.
The problem is with the understanding
and
that
we debating. We having a conversation. No. We having a conversation.
You see, I get loud.
I got you.
Why did y'all give me this? Y'all evil. I don't have time for y'all shenanigans. Listen, the problem is not who built the barrel.
Yes, ma'am.
The problem is not who put the first crab in the barrel. Mm-hmm. The problem is the other crabs on the outside of the barrel keep throwing niggas into the barrel. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do with the genesis. Right. It only has something to do with the ongoing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if I see you doing something, and instead of me edifying you as my friend, as someone who looks like me, a man who could be my husband, my father, my child, mm-hmm. if I'm not willing to edify you, if I'm not willing to say, well, damn, this nigga's in a barrel. Mm-hmm. Well, let me make it better for him, and I'm going to take his ass out.
How you take him out, Tiff? I want to know how you take him out, because I think the barrel...
First of all, I don't even like the way you said that shit. How you going to get him out the barrel, Tiff?
What's the cutoff limit when you try to help somebody get out the barrel and they still can't get out the barrel?
Because they're mentally conditioned.
They are mentally
that
conditioned.
The barrel
to
is
stay
where
in the
they
barrel.
supposed to be. That's a good place to be.
That's a good question, man.
But see, I'm not. What I'm talking about is not just the people who are in the barrel. At a certain point, I think you should leave all motherfuckers in the barrel. If you don't want to get out, stay the fuck in there. Okay. And that goes back to that whole mass awakening thing that we keep talking about. The mass awakening for black people. Y'all keep saying y'all see them waking up, and I still think niggas asleep. I'm not putting them to sleep. Them motherfuckers been asleep. They sleep on their own.
But your words, though, Tiff. If we flip them words around,
you want me to start speaking bullshit?
No, I'm just saying. If you flip them words around and speak like King Richard, King Richard did not sway from the script. The script was, this is the script. The white folks came in and said, you're not going to be like this. He said, this is the script. Old boy was trying to work the system. This is the script. Stick to the script. And when I seen that, I got I don't really get teary-eyed. I got teary-eyed because when he was driving them kids around and they got hyped, he said, they not humble. He dropped his baby girls off and told them to walk. You know who tried to intervene and try get the fuck out of here, mama. Tiff, I need you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
See that
part of the movie was interesting. That part of the movie was real interesting.
What?
That ain't gonna work for you.
Facts.
No.
Tiff can't be quiet now. You drop my babies off. Not my babies. Not off Dexter.
No. Let me tell you something.
Go pick my babies up. Go ahead.
Here's what I learned. What I learned is, first of all, you allow a man to man. That's number one. Okay. So I don't give a fuck what the rest of these chicks be talking about. You allow a man to man. First of all, if you think he didn't have his eye on his kids, or he didn't know what was going on, or if it took them 2 minutes too long to get back,
we ain't talking about that. We're talking about the script.
Listen.
The script.
Listen to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
What I'm about to say is put more faith in black men. Don't ever get me fucked up.
I'm listening. If you ain't sticking.
I'm not sticking to your fucking script today.
Okay. All right.
Give me no more liquor.
All right.
I don't have nothing else to say. Fuck you. Okay. I'm mad now.
The call-in line is open, ladies and gentlemen.
Call-in line is open.
313-723-0481. If you want to call in, you got something to say. It's right there on the bottom.
No.
Right-hand corner.
I need Chris to call in because we not the debate is needed. It's a see. I want to say we're having a conversation.
We are having a conversation.
So if we debating.
We're having a very interesting debate.
What the world will see is.
But I want to know what y'all think. I
I don't think she's saying y'all should debate. I think she's saying that y'all should, we as the people should demand to make.
Yeah, she wants.
This is a healthy
Politicians.
conversation. We was back
Right.
having a
That's what
conversation
I
about a
think she was
politician.
saying.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, even with Ant, we was going back and forth because Ant would call me like, "Hey, man, what's up with this whole the black vote?" I'm like, God. At the end of the day, listen, I want to cheat to win,
Oh God.
and I tell my kids either cheat or repeat. I want my
Cheat or
kids
repeat.
cheat or repeat. Which one you gonna do? They not gonna repeat. Beautiful not gonna repeat. White folks has been cheating. Asian people have been cheating for almost 30, 40, 50 years.
No. it's-
When is some black folks gonna cheat
we wasn't
to
ready.
win?
We wasn't raised. To
Oh, we wasn't. Look.
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah. I'm
7 times
climbing
70.
up the rough side of the man. Listen, man. He told you specifically to speak to that mountain. He didn't tell you to climb that mountain. Black folks sat back and was like, I'm gonna climb that mountain because that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's because that's what we got taught.
Right. So black folks have said we not supposed to cheat. When I say cheat and repeat, my cousin taking the nursing test. She like, Dave, I've been up like almost 4 hours. I say, TT, you need to cheat. You need to cheat.
Just like that.
Just like TT. I be seeing a lot of nurses that don't know shit.
I've seen a lot of doctors who don't know shit. I done seen some dumb motherfucking doctors.
Ask
and
me
I'll
how they
school the
got
fuck
there,
out
Tip.
of 'em.
Ask me, Tip.
Work
How
They
they
cheated.
got there.
Work
They
smart.
cheated.
They
Not
cheated.
hard, bro.
I done seen a whole lot of everything that don't know what the fuck they doing.
How
They
they
know the right people.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, sometimes it's who you know.
Connections mean
Sometimes it's who you know.
everything.
Yeah.
I done
So
seen some dumbass doctors, especially recently. I've
Yes.
seen some of the dumbest
in 2021.
In 2020, 2021, I done seen some dumb motherfucking doctors who don't know shit, but are willing to are willing to bet your life on the shit they don't know.
Yes.
On what they're practicing.
What they
Yeah.
practicing.
Practice.
Exactly.
So,
why it's called
We ain't talking
that.
about the actual game. We talking about practice.
That's
So you gotta think about what if black folks did the same, applied the same implement that the same thing that they did, and just got there, cheated, knew people, was on top of the game, did all that shit, and then flipped and was like, you know what? I'm a damn Tip with that whole thing in that goddamn mouth. But go.
He just gonna put you on blast like that.
Hey man, church hubs and how this is why you need to have that good. At the end of the day, I love Tip. Nobody Tip, I go to bat for you, but you put that motherfucking Miz out.
You not gonna do me like that.
No, Tip. No, Tip.
First of all, let me just say this. First of all, it was not that big.
Yo, Miz off.
Okay.
Dang.
Tip. It caught me off guard. I don't know. See, Mike can be over there in his third eye and be like, in his mind, playing his back like shit. And don't say shit. This smooth ass nigga next to you right here gonna be like, damn.
Nope.
Ain't gonna say shit. Ain't gonna budge your nerve, but the back of my mind be like this. Okay, all right, Tip.
It wasn't even that big. It was a piece of fucking candy.
Hey, listen. Hey,
You just deep throated a whole
Can
foot long Laffy
Can I
Taffy.
get a round of applause for that Laffy Taffy up in this motherfucker? And that's all I'm saying.
You just be doing me dirty.
I need Tip energy.
That's like when they changed my name to AB. Y'all remember that? One comment and I got called AB.
What was AB stand for?
I'm not gonna tell y'all motherfuckers. Y'all ain't shit. You ain't putting that on the damn screen on me again. I'm
man.
over it.
Sometimes you need that good energy over there. And Tip is that good energy. And thing that I'm trying to get is, in 2020, Mike, when you dealing with shit, no. This is where I need to ask Mike. How do you free yourself? Or when do you free yourself from working a 9 to 5, Mike? Because we talked about this shit. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm working like 3 jobs, right? I'm making the shit look easy, but the shit should not be like that because I'm always rethinking my thinking like, okay, Dave, you can do this shit, but how long can you keep doing this shit to the point where like eventually it's gonna catch up with you? Mm-hmm. And we talked about this, like, dude, you pull the rug up. Mike, your classic line, you pull the rug from under them niggas. Like,
Yeah, I just got tired, bro. Like I was working too much. And like it seemed like that 7-day, 12-hour song and dance is the new normal, especially in my trade.
And you was making that shit look easy too, wasn't you, Mike?
Yep, doing it on my head, but it was still too much, even for me. Like I'm a young man, and these, granted, are what you would call my earning years, but I don't want to spend it like that. I was scraping by to spend time with my family and all of that. It's just it got to be too much, and I knew I had to make a change, so I hit the reset button on my life.
That nigga hit that bitch quick though.
I hit the reset button like I think it was like a Thursday night. I said, you know what? On Monday I'm quitting.
Who the fuck does that?
But that's what it take.
No,
bro.
that's this nigga. This nigga will hit the reset button just like boom.
Hold on, but I got a question.
You know your worth though. You know your worth.
So let me ask you a question, because I don't think that everybody should just go out and quit their job.
No,
you gotta have a plan.
Absolutely,
you gotta have a plan.
I think you gotta have a plan, and you gotta have a trade, and you have to have a marketable skill.
Exactly.
Okay,
and that's why I said like.
Let me say
this in my line. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify.
He did not just go out and quit his damn job, dummy.
Mike had a trade though. Mike knew what he wanted to do, and this dude can, like, in the beginning. Coming from Sinai Grace, it's crazy because we know that our history, our story. Coming from Sinai Grace Hospital, this dude was not equipped like that. But over the years, he start like, Mike could be like, man, looking at shit like, shit, I can do that shit. And then when Mike like, man, I need to make this type of money. He left for the hospital and went there. And then you was like, man, listen, I need to be that trade. I need to get in that trade. You hopped in that bitch. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga doing? He posting shit and everything. And I already know what he doing because we talking. He posting shit, doing shit, and then I'm like, okay, Mike on the line. Nigga went from the line to that, to that, to that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Mike build robots now.
I think a key. I think a key that will help a lot of our people get to that position when they can start their own business, don't gotta work that 9 to 5. What I don't hear a lot of people talking about is credit, learning how to build your personal credit. You leverage your personal credit, then you can get you some business credit. So now you not stressed. You can leverage that money after you done came up with that plan to start a business, whatever you want to do that's gonna get you and your family out of that 9 to 5, where you ain't worried about that check that's coming every 2 weeks or every week. You can pay yourself from your credit or your bid. Is ways to do that, but we don't talk about that, and we don't. I started early where because I know I'm responsible, and I know I'm gonna take care of my credit. When my son, when it's time for him to get out of school and high school and go to college, he already gonna be authorized users under my credit.
16.
Yeah, where he already, when he get out of school and it's time for him, he need to get a car or a house or whatever he trying to do, he already got established credit. You know what I'm saying? So it started there. Where we don't, like, even when I was in school, in high school, that wasn't stuff that they was trying to teach us.
How about not only was they not teaching it, our parents would tell us, stay away from credit cards. Don't get them. You're going to fuck your up.
They was taught that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they was taught.
That's what they were taught.
You know what I mean? So that conditioning right there is what set us back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I promise you, I wasn't even thinking about my credit. I met y'all, what was that? That was probably like 2011, 2012 when we first started working together. And you was talking to me about credit then. Like, I'm older than you. You know what I mean? And at that time, that was when I started getting the mind of, all right, I got to start doing this. I got to build some credit. Like, hey, my credit's going to be 585. That's terrible.
But this that go back to us when she say we hold ourselves accountable though, right? We got too many resources out here, YouTube, Google, where you can teach us. Like, I learned all that stuff. I didn't learn it from my parents or off bail. I was able to teach them stuff. I was learning stuff on YouTube, looking at that. How do I do this? How can I get my credit score to where I can leverage to get it business credit, bro. So now I can, me and you and Delm is meeting up. We trying to get our business credit, so we can get us some trucks, so we can get on the road or get somebody to ride for us, man. It just,
and these all progressions over the years.
Yeah,
like,
we made it happen.
We've been doing and making it happen.
But it started there though, like that, and then I also triggered back on trying to pull us up out of the barrel though. We try to pull each other up though.
But that's what it's supposed to look like. I think one of the more important things is finding a niche, finding something that you're good at, something that you love, something that you're passionate about, and then being prepared to. So you prepare yourself first, but then you step out on faith and just know that whatever it is that you're gonna do, it's gonna be blessed.
And you
know what I'm saying? But you have to. I could not agree with him. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, stupid. Don't quit your job without a plan. However,
Mike, I commend you on that. 'Cause
That's
we talked
huge.
about that.
It's so funny because everybody that knows me know how dedicated I am to work, how much I work, how much I. Just me being with this company, the way I left when it was time for me to leave Sign of Grace, so like, hey, I'm going to do this maintenance thing. I'm getting off in this trade. This is what it's gonna be. They like, hey, Mike, you really? Yeah, it's time. Ain't enough room here in Sign of Grace for me no
for
more.
me to grow. And then you also, I just feel like you have to be prepared, and you have to have a real understanding that your first year might not be good, and you have to prepare for those rainy days. So the reason why I said you prepare first, so you put something away for yourself just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because shit happens. But then or you got to have a hell of a partner.
That's that realistic shit.
That's that realistic shit.
Right.
I agree.
Don't be afraid to fail.
No, I agree on the stepping out on faith.
Right.
That's not my problem. My problem is I step out on faith with 2 kids and I'm homeless. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you too. I got you.
So my thing is preparation.
But if you had that
prevents
husband,
poor performance.
Right.
Prepare first.
But
so
if
that
you
way
had
you
that
know,
husband though, Tiff, would you jump?
Y'all wait till I get my husband. I'm jumping on.
I'm asking Tiff.
Jumping on that.
But I'm asking Tiff, if you had that husband,
if I had a husband, I probably would have done something.
you'd be jumping a lot of fucking times, wouldn't you?
I would.
No, well, Tiff, come on, now don't do this. If you had a husband, you would be more.
I would be more inclined to do things that I love as opposed to things that I have to do.
Right, because what I see a lot of women that's like Tiff, that's strong, beautiful, that can stand the test of time. Some of y'all always evaluate, like you'll come in, evaluate the whole situation. Come in, evaluate the whole situation. After a while, I'm looking at y'all, I'm like, this just me, cause I'm Miss Detroit. I'm looking at shit like, fuck that shit. But you can't, because you got them 2 kids. You can't do that. Because
we are in survival mode.
Yeah.
And we're not in live mode. So I'm not living, I'm surviving right now. Which is something completely different.
I totally understand.
And don't get me wrong, there are things, and you can do it on your off time, but keep your job. You know what I'm saying? So, like, one of the things that I want to do at this point is I want to practice holistic medicine. That's something that I love.
And I think that you good at Tiff. The shit that you said when we was talking about this COVID shit, that shit was phenomenal. That shit that you was talking about, like, the steps and shit, when you was breaking it down to your mother and your mother wasn't understanding it.
Yeah.
If you if your husband was there, Tiff probably would be more.
I would be more inclined to be practicing holistic medicine right now, because that's.
So what's wrong with you doing it now?
All right, so what's wrong with me doing it now is I think because I have so much on my plate, I don't want to put shit else on it. You know what I'm saying? So I do some things, so if somebody comes and they call me and they say, oh, Tiff, such and such and so is going on, or this is wrong or that's wrong, I might suggest an herb as opposed to dealing with Western medicine, which I know comes with a great deal of side effects. You know what I'm saying? So if you take this herb, this will do the same thing this does. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm talking to my mother, and I think what makes me a little less apt to just for real do it is jump. But I think what makes me a little less apt to do it is the fact that I'm not going to say I'm uncertain, because I'm not. But because again, I have so much on my plate and I'm dealing with so much shit right now that it's a little bit more difficult for me to just be like, all right, well, kids, you might not eat tonight, but mommy is gonna be a doctor. Okay?
I totally understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
What if you took that leap on faith, right?
Ooh, come on, Aunt.
And
Speak to me,
and
Aunt.
you did it, right? Or when is the right time for you to
fuck
just
it.
be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm about to do it, and you just took that chance. I hear you saying the
Now-
what if,
That's
what
me
if.
right there.
I hear you saying the what ifs.
I
We gonna go without a meal, right? But you go ahead and take that leap out on faith. And what I heard you when you made that statement was you got so much on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, it worked for you, and it just freed up all that stuff that was on your plate because you took that leap on
Do
faith.
that shit for me, Aunt. Talk for me, Aunt.
Don't talk yourself
Talk
out of it. I had
for
this
me,
conversation with my stepfather all the time because we come up with so many business plans. I'm young and I be having a lot of. I run these ideas, business out of my. I try to get it out of my head and I run it by certain people that I looked up and showed me the way, right? And the issue that I have with with the people that's over me, I ain't just gonna throw the names out there, but they'll be like, all right, they done been here before and they done did it, or they always find the reason. They'll find a reason why not to do it. But what about those reasons why to do it?
yeah.
And it happened. Yeah, right. Our reason, we only got. I'm gonna put it like this: we only got
only
one
live
life.
once.
We only got one life to live. Somebody else gonna do it.
Hey, Aunt, I'll be honest. That's why I be like reckless out this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I can't
I
be reckless, motherfucker.
I be reckless out this. Like, I might like do some shit, and if the shit don't work, I'm over here. And so people be like, this motherfucker, Mr. Detroit, they just be, I'm reckless because I'm looking like, I keep thinking in my mind, what if you had $1 trillion? What wouldn't you do?
You know what's gonna kill you?
Not doing it.
You not moving on that idea, right? And then somebody they might not be in your circle, but it's gonna be close enough
Close
in
enough for
reach.
you to see it.
And you're gonna be like, I should have just went ahead and did it.
Close enough for you to see
Even
it.
if you can make a little, it's gonna be a little bit on your plate. All right, you still gotta do your work, but make them strives to do it and just try it. See the outcome of it.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you what Mike did.
Yeah.
What Mike did when I was talking to Mike was this was Tuesday?
Just the other day.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, Mike, you think you can come to my podcast? Mike was like, yeah, I'm free every day. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you free? He was like, dude, I'm free every day,
We
nigga.
used
What
to
up? I'm like, Mike, you gotta worry. He was like, nah, nigga, I quit.
Yeah.
The shit ring off of my bell like, bing. I'm looking like, nigga, that's what I was trying to do. I let Mike talk for about like 20 minutes because in my mind, it's registering in my mind like, nigga, he close to you. If this nigga can do it, if Bert can do it, if Poochie can do it, dang, you can do that shit. So I let Mike talk for 20 minutes. He didn't know I'm breaking his mind down. I'm like, shit, if Mike can do this shit, then Miss Detroit need to be prepared to do the same fucking thing. Reckless.
I experienced that same experience, Dave. My younger brother actually did this. He called me one day. This is about 7 years ago.
I remember this day.
7 years. He called me to the point that he was working his job, and he knew that wasn't the end for him, bro.
He called the job.
He called me like he was. You know how some people get so mad where they tearing up and they mad.
Yeah.
I'm talking to him. He telling me what he about to do, and I'm just like, no, you ain't. But he talking to me, and I hear him packing his stuff and putting it in boxes, bro. Man, he did that, and to this day, I tell him that's something that I wouldn't have did. You know, he's been successful. He took that leap out on faith. He had a dream to be a musician, run his own studio, and to this day, he's been successful. He got his own studio set up. He's every day people booking studio sessions. He don't miss a beat, man. And he followed his dreams, and he doing something in his life that he want to do.
Yeah,
So that's why I say you can't. When you got that calling or you just feel it, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it.
And
I
it
posted a
feels
meme.
good.
Yeah, it does.
I posted a meme one time and said, when God gave you your calling, it wasn't a conference call. It wasn't for nobody else to hear. They didn't hear. They ain't gonna understand it. So when you put it out there, don't let other people's don't let nobody else put their insecurities on you. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll think it's something that they can't do and they can't accomplish. Oh, you can't. No, well, all right. That little thing you're doing, that little thing. You know what I mean? So if you got that drive and that passion for it and that thing in your heart that you know you can do it, then make that shit happen. All it takes is a plan, and that's what we elaborating on right there. Shit,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But at the end of the day, it's just that's why you gotta have like that good energy around you. Because what'll happen is, shit, my energy would jump off on me. My energy would jump off on Tiff.
I need all the good juju I can get.
And that energy would be like to the point where like it'll be like shit, that God body shit. Cause believe me, when this dude told me he quit, I'm looking like, no, I asked him like 4 times, I think like two, three times, like, no, you didn't, Mike. Mike was like, shit.
Yes, I did.
I'm looking like,
look, me being here today.
That's for
Where would I be? Sleep.
waiting to get up, huh?
Get ready to go to work.
Don't get me
not
wrong.
able to do what you want to do with your life,
With your
and your
life.
time.
At all.
And you can't get that time back.
Yeah,
Man. You feel me?
yeah.
And that's a fact.
And it's a lot of people that don't have that circle around them that they can look at and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it like that. They don't have nobody around. They have no influencers around them to the point where like they looking like, nah, fuck that. That's what I gotta do. I got like my mother used to always tell me, you gotta do Dave, sometimes you gotta eat crow. And I'm talking about like
that before.
maybe
I
about
agree.
the 80th time, I'm looking like, Mama, don't you know what crow? Like, you eat that shit. Can you really swallow? Like, you ever had something choke in your throat?
Yeah.
That shit gets so dry, you can't swallow that shit. And my mother's like, you gotta swallow it, son.
I'm straight. I'm supposed to be swallowing crow sometime this week, and I ain't gonna do it. I'm going hard. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to.
Because
Everybody
you really
gonna be
don't
mad.
have to eat crow.
You don't.
Like, shit, that's the
That's just the conditioning that they want you to do.
like-
I want you to.
The
That's
only
what y'all
thing
thought.
it is I think people fail to realize when you don't eat crow, you do have to deal with the consequences of not eating the crow. So whatever that is, but it's you.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I'm
but then
saying?
again, you stand at the crossroad of, okay, do I continue on with this thing and continue to be dissatisfied with this situation that I'm in? Okay, or do I sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? I make myself happy. You know what I'm saying? And because it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation.
I agree.
It's like, but in one of these situations, I'm gonna have some kind of happiness. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my biggest thing.
So it's just like that's
biggest
my
thing is I
my
want
peace
to
and
be
my
happy.
peace and my, you know what I mean.
My pride. I'm prideful. as fuck,
Right,
so-
pride. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. My peace and my pride is would be more important to me in that situation
Yeah.
than eating crow.
Yeah. And you gotta think about, a lot of black folks have turned down like they dreams and just ate crow.
Yeah, I don't want to eat crow.
On account of other people
Yes.
telling them that, oh, you can't do it.
Yeah, you
It's
need
not
that
possible.
job. You got to do this.
Those crabs in that barrel.
Crabs in the barrel, pulling you down.
I mean, and that's
Where
what
did you
you
get
do.
that barrel from? Who set that barrel
Or
though?
no, but see the thing about so let me just say this before we continue on with the crabs and barrel scenario.
I want to throw away the barrel.
I got something that can neutralize that in a minute, but come on.
I just want to say this. At a certain point, it does not make a difference who built the house. It does not make a difference who designed the house. It does not make a difference what color they made the house. At some point, that house is yours, right?
Why do you need the house though?
So you won't be homeless. What the fuck are you talking
Kanye
about?
West, good guy. Kanye West said some of the. Have y'all seen Kanye West on the Dream Champs? Your house was my house. Your house was Mike's house. Your house was Tiff's house. Your house was Ant's house. Why do you need a house?
What does this have to do with the crabs in the barrel? Or the house that they living in? What I'm
The
saying.
barrel is that house.
So break the motherfucking house. But what I'm
Why
saying
do we need a house?
what I'm saying is it does not make a difference who created the barrel. It does not make a difference who built the house or what their purpose was for building or creating. The only thing that makes a difference is what you do with the house. So if you see other crabs in the barrel or you see a motherfucker living in the house and you know they about to move out or however we want to put this analogy, the only important thing is really what you're doing at this point. So if I see somebody struggling and I walk past them, then am I the problem or are they the problem? So is they struggle the problem or am I the problem for not helping the person that I see that I can help? So while they're in the barrel, you have one or two choices. You can lean down, you can see them in it, and you keep it pushing. Or you can go and you can get something to get them the fuck out the barrel.
I was talking to Dr. Cabo, and this interview was on YouTube. I was talking to the great Dr. Cabo.
That's my man, 50 grand. Go ahead.
And we were talking about the state of black people in America.
This was recent, Mark?
This is maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
The interview was still on YouTube.
Okay.
And I asked him about us and our condition and where we are and how we, what we need to do to get out of this spot that we in. You know what I'm saying? He told me a story about two men talking, right? And say me and you talking, Dave. Me and you having a conversation, and I brought my dog with me, and he's right there, in between us, laying on the ground, laying on a pallet of nails, right? And we're talking, and the dog is just yelping. Me and you talking, and the dog is crying. My dog is laying there crying, and you're like, Mark, your dog is laying right there on the ground crying, man. Don't you hear him? Yelping and crying and shit, and then I basically say, yeah, I hear him crying, and when it hurt bad enough, he'd get his ass up. Right. So that's the same thing about black people. When it hurt bad enough, we get the fuck up. And to kind of diffuse that whole crab in the barrel thing, I kind of think of it like think of a mouse. Think of a mouse on the wheel, right? The mouse on the spinning wheel and shit. It ain't about who put the motherfucking mouse on the wheel or who created the wheel. The mouse
has to get
at some point. The mouse has to realize that he is running hard as fuck and not going nowhere. A lot of us see us, spinning our wheels. We putting all of this energy and we ain't moving. So is it the person that invented the wheel's fault that are at the point that we realize that we're spinning this wheel and not moving? Is it their fault that they invented the wheel and put us in there, or is it our dumbass fault that we continue to run on it
and ain't going
nowhere? And we realize that we're not going nowhere. Whose fault is it? Okay, they eliminate that crab in the barrel because now that puts the blame on one individual singular person as opposed to the blame on somebody else pulling me down. Yeah. Because we in a position to help our motherfucking selves. We can get the fuck off of the wheel if we choose to, but we choose to think we are conditioned that wheel is taking us some fucking where. Right? Like a goldfish. Another one, I forgot who, I don't know if it was Kaba that broke this one down to me, like you understand how a goldfish grows? You know what I'm saying? A goldfish, when you put it in the tank that it's in, right? So when you see a goldfish in somebody's house, why is it always pictures and artwork of marine life and aqua life in the background? It's to give the fish an illusion that it's in a bigger body of water that it's in. You see what I'm saying? And it stunts their growth because they're not in that actual bigger body water. That's the same thing like us living in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They give us the illusion that we have everything that we need around us. We got the gas station, the liquor store, and the church and the beauty supply on every store, on every corner. They give us the illusion that we got everything that we need around us. So we feel like we comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We feel like we big and we got everything we need, but we small as fuck. It's the same thing. They condition us the same way. You know what I mean? If they put us in a bigger bottle of water, we'll automatically grow as big as the body of water that we in.
Man, I got people that I talk to that I grew up with in their 30s. I asked, they ain't been outside of our neighborhoods, bro, or try to see.
And they mental conditioning it reflects that shit, doesn't it?
And they think that's cool.
And they think it's, there's people right here that are scared to go across 8 Mile, but these motherfuckers in Atlanta every goddamn spring break, every motherfucking All-Star game.
Crazy, bro. But it get to a point,
they scared to come to the east side.
I feel like it get to a point you get in life where you get stuck trying to help people. Like where I'm at, man, in my life, I can't help nobody but myself and my family.
Man, I mean, you wrong for that nowadays.
Yeah, I'm wrong, but you would take so much time trying to help other people, but you still need help yourself.
When you exhaust yourself, you can get to the point where you don't have it. It's not even that you don't want it. You don't have it to give no more. Now you're the bad guy because you the condition people to get conditioned and you being an enabler. Go ahead, Tiff.
All right, so two things. First of all, when I talk about a crab in the barrel, it's not the mentality that one person has. It's the root below them. So it's not about one particular person. It's about the collective as a whole. So it's not about you getting off the spinning wheel. It's not about you getting off. It's about us being able to come together as a people and be able to do collectively what we need to do. That's number one. Number two, as far as not being able or feeling like you don't have shit left to give other people, at the end of the day, if you give them as much as information and let them do with it as they please, that's enough. So my whole thing is, I often talk about seeds and trees and planting and shit like that because trees grow, they plant more seeds, and those seeds or those trees continue to grow and plant more seeds. So when you think about realistically the amount of information that you could give somebody that you don't give somebody, it's not always the physical that you need to invest in other people. So it's not always, all right, well, let me come over there and help you move your couch. Because fuck your couch. That's your couch. That couch ain't got shit to do with me and us as a collective. But when you give somebody the tools and you give somebody the information in order to be able to do something greater, when they're in any particular situation, that is the important thing.
Well, what I was speaking on more so is not to completely diffuse or rebut the whole crab in the barrel thing, but my thing is, just like to contrast that over, the point that I was making from the mouse to the crabs is if all of the crabs actually realized that they were in a bucket.
I agree.
Some of them think that that's the fight. This is the struggle. Like they don't know what barrel. You know what I mean?
agree.
And the fight is against the people that are around me to bring them so I can come up. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once we realize that there lies the problem, you know what I'm saying? Because we can't solve a problem that we ain't diagnosed.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I got to a point where I felt like self-awareness is not enough. So me being aware of the problem and me sitting back and thinking, damn, bitch, get off the wheel. Stop spinning your wheels. Stop moving. Stop attempting to do blah, 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 whatever.
Rethink your thinking.
Rethink your thinking. And all of that's wonderful. But as a collective, and we have to think as a collective, grab as many people as you can. Like in the fire, you grab as many people as you can and you run. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is not gonna go with you because some motherfuckers are not gonna understand that the house is on fire.
That's what conversations conversations like this are for, so we can get as many people on the same of a page as we can, so we can move.
Yeah. But it's always the thing where, and the reason why I'm consistently thinking about the us in the situation, the we in the situation, and not necessarily the me. I'm woke. I'm moving. I'm doing. But the fact that other people are still asleep, to speak of sleeping, or not aware of what's going on around them, or not seeing the forest for the trees and not planting seeds, or however you want to look at it, you know, that is the bigger issue. So you understanding what's going on, or anybody in the room understanding what's going on, is not enough. The information that you communicate to other people and allow them to do whatever the fuck they want to do with it is the problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like I tell y'all all the time, as men, I think y'all need to grab young boys and teach them how to change tires. It's not about changing a tire. It's not about knowing how to put air in the tire. It's about having a man invest their time in you so that you can plant that seed somewhere else. Yeah. That's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is not the one kid. The bigger picture is, what does he go on to teach somebody else? So when I say crabs in a barrel, it's not just about the person who's damn near out and somebody else is pulling them back down, but it's about, hey, listen, below me, if we do, then we can. That's the bigger picture. As a collective,
if we reverse that energy, I don't know.
Yes.
I seen a viral video of this. It's just, I guess, an event that goes on with firefighters. It's like the firefighter Olympics or some shit. And you know, they got to do a relay race of different obstacle courses, kind of like fire drills. So they running up ladders quick as hell and jumping over shit, and there's a lot of situations where
rely on the other person.
Right? Like, for example, like it's like they throw the ladder up, you know what I'm saying? They climb up, and then the person that's on the second floor, he grab the ladder and pull it up, and this dude climbing up the ladder 2 more floors. You see what I'm saying? So if we kind of reverse the energy of the crab in the bucket and start pushing up instead of pulling down, you know what I'm saying? The last ones in the barrel could get pulled up by all of the ones that's up.
That's
at the top.
already up.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just about the way of thinking and just rethinking your thinking. I guess at the end of the point that I'm trying to make.
Right. And so let me ask y'all this before we go.
Because even in that situation, you know, we can think about ants. They work together and they can drag a whole big ass bird to the damn hole.
To go even further, we could take it back to the local elections.
Right.
Hold the black vote.
Don't hold the book.
But
don't put that out there, man.
I'm speaking life into that boy because we ain't never did it. So let me ask y'all this. we never did it. So, Ant, when you dealing with, I'm start with Tiff first. Psychological strengths and methods that you do every day. So Tiff, you wake up. You might have a bad day, or you may have a good day. The strengths and methods that you wake up each and every day. What are some of the things that you do every day, Tiff? That or do you do it, or do you recharge? How do you recharge yourself each and every day when you go into the world? Do you talk to yourself? Do you
Definitely self-talk, self-affirmation.
How long do you talk to yourself, Tiff?
You talk to yourself throughout the day. So if it's something that I feel like I can't do, or sometimes where I feel like I'm struggling, I definitely talk myself into doing the shit that I don't want to do. I know we talked about this before, but having anxiety is a whole different beast. So sometimes because you have anxiety, you fear shit that's not even real. It's not realistic. It doesn't make sense. But I do shit that kind of makes me anxious. You know what I'm saying? So when I get anxious about some shit, instead of me just sitting back and being like, fuck, all right, so that make me kind of nervous. Instead of me doing that, I do it any fucking way. That's a huge thing for me. Just being a person who has generalized anxiety about whatever is when I get stuck on something, or I feel nervous about doing something, or I'm fearful, or I'm scared, instead of me sitting back and saying, bitch, you scared, don't do it. I get up and I be like, you know what? It's not bigger than me. It's not stronger than me. It's not faster than me. So I have to. And then if I don't do it, I feel like I'm letting my kids down. That's it.
Man, me getting older and maturing, one thing that I do before I enter the world, man, I thank God. You know, I talk to God. You know, I got faith. But I got a thing that I've been doing now that's been working for me. It cleared my head. It's no rap before noon, man. I ride like it probably take me en route to go to work or somewhere I'm going, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to an hour that I'm riding that car.
Is it quiet?
I listen to gospel music. It's substance, or I listen to like old school R&B or something that it got substance. I don't put like a lot of the rap music, some music, if you put that negativity or what they rapping about starting your day, that's how your day gonna go. So I try to start my day positive and stay around positive energy, man. And that worked for me. That's been working for me.
Cause I need to know what the fuck you was doing when you just said you quit. I mean, shit phenomenal.
Wanted your time.
No. I'm saying, like, what are the methods that you do each and every day?
Well,
to
now, seeing as how I got all this free time on my hands, like, I don't verbally say it, but I always think to myself in the morning about how thankful I am.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just being able.
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's really, like, for me, at this point in my life, like, I feel like I'm in such a good place. And I think about everything I've been through all the way up until this moment. And I'm just thankful. I'm like, damn, I actually did that. I acquired all them skills. Now I'm this marketable to where I could just sit here and let all these job offers come in and let them tell me what they think I'm worth. Then I'll tell them what I'm really worth.
You ever just sit and think like, bro, how the heck did this happen? Like, how am I?
Yeah, that's what it be, bro.
It goes so hard at something, you look back at your trail that you done blazed, like, damn, wow, on some Urkel shit. Did I do that and shit?
Yeah, bro. And I mean, of course, going to the gym, working out.
That'd be a lot of that energy that you give to that shit, because most people hold on to that shit. You release that shit when you walk into that bitch.
I let it all go. Like, you see, my story is repetitive. I'm at the gym, I'm at the crib, I'm playing with my dog, I may be building something. Like, I may be working with my son on something, teaching my son something. My son knows every skill that I have, my son had. You know? And I pride myself on that. But as far as my everyday things, it's definitely, I'm thankful in the morning. I just sit there and I think, and I look up, and I'm just appreciative and thankful for everything and everybody that's around me. You know, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Another thing for me, man, not to just go back. Like, I'm starting my day. I got certain people know they can call. They know I'm an early person. I'm starting my day. They calling me. If I feel like somebody calling me with some negative energy, I'm not accepting it, man. Don't bring. I'm gonna call me later when you Well, we're talking
Hey man,
about
you ever had these people, right? I don't know if I noticed this shit. Sometimes I feel like I'm pessimistic and shit, but it's like I like to keep myself so grounded in solid energy, right? You ever have people that come around you that just appear to always be sad about shit? Like every time you talk about, every time they talk to you, they just get it's some negative shit going on with them. Or just
They got the cloud over them all the time.
I can't deal with them people.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
sorry.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
can't,
First
man.
thing I do is I'm about to go do such and such and so and so. So if you want to do this fun thing that I'm going to do, cool, we can be friends. If not, then I'm gonna call you back when you're happy.
It's like it made me feel like some people are not happy unless they mad or sad about some shit. Like you're not happy unless you're sad about some shit.
Don't bring that over here with me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you the only other thing that I find myself doing at this point, as opposed to every other point in my life. So I've never really had a filter, but I'm noticing that I have less of a filter, and I have just started getting to the point where I let people go. I block you. I will unfriend you. I will not talk to you. I do not give a fuck about your life.
Because that's that you and that damned if you don't, damned if you do fork again. Is if I keep you here and inconvenience you, and now I'm bothered by you being around me
And I don't
want to
be around you.
Or I just or I cause myself a temporary pain, I guess, by cutting you off because you're a friend.
No, fuck
for
that.
the longevity of my peace and shit. I mean, it might hurt me right now, but in a week I'm gonna feel peaceful with you not being around to drain my shit.
I actually decided yesterday that I will not
Tomorrow. Well, I'm just saying,
and I get that.
I'm just saying, the hours that I, the minute I do it, right? Like, so that's, you get what I'm saying.
I fully understand, but my thing is like even with my family. So I have uncles that I do not talk to, and I don't give a fuck about not talking to you. I got a brother I don't talk to, and I don't give a fuck about not talking to you. And I actually decided yesterday that I will not be participating in holidays with the motherfuckers no more because they make me nervous.
How they make you nervous, Tim?
Because I be wanting to do shit to people, and I know it's wrong. And then I have to recollect myself.
Because what they say or do? Or...
It just be little stupid shit that people do to you. And I don't... And somebody had said earlier today, I was talking to one of my girlfriends, her mother, and I think that she is absolutely a beautiful woman. But there are things that people do. And she was like, well, maybe sometimes they don't understand that what they're doing is bothering you. And I said, if you got to X, Y, and Z years old and you ain't figured out that you're a bitch, and the shit that you do annoys people, then I don't want to fucking be around you anyway because you can't teach an old bitch new tricks. So I just decided I wasn't going to be participating in any of those motherfucking holidays with their asses anymore. I'd rather deal with other people.
And it goes back to what we was talking about in the theme of our show. Fuck them holidays. Fuck them holidays because if I can kick it with Mike or Ant or Tiff or Mark, and I'm seeing about you the whole year, why is it that November and December I make an emphasis to try to push
reconnect?
Yeah, to try to, man, look, man, it's the holiday. No.
Bitch, stay away from me in March. Okay?
Thank you.
Like real talk, don't come see me in March. And I don't want to see you in November or December or July or any April. Just stay the fuck away from me in March.
Because right now you charged up, and now you finna bring all that energy that you've been holding, all that shit during the year. You finna give it to me on the last.
On this one holiday.
Yes.
Where you think I'm obligated to talk to you.
All the little in between the line,
oh my God,
sneaky ass comments and little bullshit.
And then be wondering how come I accidentally be cussing your stupid ass out every fucking holiday. I don't understand that shit. I just, you know what, so Thanksgiving kind of rubbed me the wrong way this year anyway. And it rubbed me the wrong way for the past couple of years. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in Christmas.
Right.
I never taught my kids about Santa Claus because that's bullshit. And I'm not teaching my kids to practice Christmas because it's stupid. You either love Jesus or you don't.
Yeah,
pick a day. I don't give a fuck what day it is. Pick one.
I got you.
As far as Thanksgiving is concerned, Thanksgiving is a lie. And really what we're celebrating is the genocide of a people who are us. You know what I'm saying? These
celebrating our own genocide.
That is a big fact. We're celebrating the genocide of people who are parallel to us. We celebrating them
people who are
moving them
to this land.
Yes, we celebrating them moving them down to Mexico and then turning around and telling them, no, you can't come to our land. Bitch, this is my land. I fail to understand how we participate in bullshit ass Thanksgiving. And yes, the turkey was good. The macaroni and cheese was, oh my God, it was everything. But fuck your Thanksgiving. And fuck your Christmas too. And
they
Easter
use
is a
food
lie.
to bait us into everything. Well, all of the holidays is all about you, as far as the ones we celebrate too.
And then we talk about, I just
all
want
about
to be
the
around.
food.
I
It's
want
all
to be
about the
around
food.
family.
Food.
Why do I have to be around a bunch of motherfuckers I don't even like? Like that is hard.
Is there something specific about this day that I can enjoy these foods on any other day of the year?
I think we should start celebrating November the 26th
How about
instead
this?
of the
How about
25th.
this? Listen, like
Whatever that
my
day
thing
is.
about holidays is all about based off of tradition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And us as individuals, all of our families, we all have individual traditions or dates that are special to us, right? True. I feel like that holidays is like a family celebration thing. Like we shouldn't all say like us celebrating all the same holidays is fictitious and bullshit in itself. Like everything, all of these days could mean something to all of us as people, and especially when you smear it across the ethnic borders. You see what I'm saying? This thing could mean something to all of
everybody.
us. Especially we all got different religious beliefs and religious backgrounds and moral, spiritual. See what I'm saying?
Especially
So
when
holidays,
it hurts somebody else.
Yes, it is.
For us to practice
a lot of
this.
these holidays are basically atrocities versus other ethnic groups. You know what I'm saying? When you break it down, you know what I mean. So we all couldn't celebrate that shit.
No,
genuinely.
So everybody need to have their own day. Mark, we need to wait for your day, and we gonna celebrate you.
Everybody has their own holiday. The family, I think, it's family traditions. That's where holidays should come from. You know what I'm saying? It's a sin for us to celebrate ourselves on our birthdays. Did you know that? We're not supposed to celebrate ourselves. According to the Christian Bible, right?
I take it like Thanksgiving, right? It's what you like. I agree with y'all. It's some bullshit, right? But let's be real. Life it takes so much of our time. All of us work. Like with my family, we working. So sometimes you miss that time to spend with your family and fellowship, right? So that day, that's a day everybody is off of work. So now we can get together and make it what we want to make of it. Eat together, fellowship, play some games. We ain't got to do the traditional Thanksgiving food. We can go barbecue or put some whatever we want to put on the grill or something. But I just enjoy spending my time with my family.
You just want to get together.
I agree with that part where you enjoy spending time with your family. But what I'm saying is, if there was a national We Killed Niggas Day, would you be celebrating?
Not at all.
So why is there a
There
holiday?
might be, and we just don't know it, and we actually do celebrate this, knowing our dumb asses in America.
Seriously, if there was a
it might be Christmas.
And then the other question is, if other motherfuckers are celebrating National We Killed Niggas Day, would you feel the same way about them? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we literally are looking at our brothers and sisters in genocide. These same motherfuckers who stole your grandparents, your great, whatever, yours, mine, kicked these motherfuckers off their land. They committed so many motherfucking atrocities to people who look like us, to people who are, we brothers in the struggle with them.
Right.
So how can I feel like it's okay for us to celebrate this bullshit and then turn around and say, you know what, they did them damn Native Americans wrong? No, motherfucker, they did us all wrong.
But see, and then we expect people like the Native Americans, or we compare our struggle to people like the groups like the Jews and the Holocaust, right?
We stupid.
The Holocaust was what? 7 years?
Tops.
And they probably took like maybe, and it's not, I'm not minimizing it at all, but just versus ours, 7 years and
versus
7 million people versus 160 something years, and you
Billions.
know over we're gonna say somewhere around 100 million people did.
I'm sorry.
But I appreciate.
But see, and they got all of their rights and money. They got Israel funded and everything. But go ahead, Dave.
But I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate you showing up, Mike. I appreciate you showing up as a brother. Love you, Aunt. Love you, Mike. Tiff, always love you.
I love y'all too.
Mark, I appreciate you, man, on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. And once again, it took me everything to get these two together, man. Like this, bringing back the band, it was good, man. Definitely good, man. Definitely good. Hope we burn this bitch down, man. Detroit
Likewise,
stand
man.
up,
It's always good to be around people
Oh,
who
yeah.
had the base. That's that thing like you.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? We
Oh,
not
yeah.
always gonna agree on everything, but it's good to have these conversations.
Oh yeah,
man.
oh yeah,
So,
because we gonna keep moving
Thanks
forward
for
no
having
matter what.
yeah.
And we'll see y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all. I need y'all to tune, like, and all that, share, and all that good stuff, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Today was the Eastside Takeover.
Dexter, fuck that shit. Dexter.
Yes, sir.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
MSG Production.